1. Hook ever felt overwhelmed by AWS? You're not alone. You'll walk away with practical tips to streamline your journey and avoid costly mistakes. You need a roadmap to navigate AWS effectively. 3. The simple explanation: AWS, or Amazon Web Services, is a cloud platform offering various services like computing power, storage, and databases. While it sounds straightforward, the challenge lies in understanding which services to use for your specific needs. Each service has pricing models, configurations, and best practices that can overwhelm newcomers. To simplify, think of AWS as a toolbox. Each tool has a purpose, but knowing which tools to use and when is crucial. The key is to start small, focus on core services, and gradually expand your knowledge. 4. Real-world example: let's talk about a startup I worked with last year. They launched a web application on AWS without much planning. They chose EC2 for hosting but didn't optimize their instance type. Initially, they picked a T2.micro instance, thinking it would be cheap. However, their application quickly outgrew it, leading to throttling and slow response times. After a few months, their AWS bill skyrocketed to $1,200 a month, mostly from over-provisioning resources. We had to scale down to a more suitable instance type, implement auto-scaling, and utilize AWS Lambda for certain tasks. Eventually, their costs dropped to around $400 a month, and performance improved significantly. This incident taught them the importance of planning and regular review. 5. What to do instead: here's a step-by-step framework to guide your AWS learning journey. 1. Identify your core use case. Choose one or two services relevant to your project. Focus on compute and storage. 2. Learn the basics. Invest time in free resources like AWS training and YouTube tutorials. Get familiar with AWS Management Console. 3. Create a small project. Start with a simple web app. For example, host a static site on S3. This will help you understand deployment and scaling. 4. Set up monitoring. Use AWS CloudWatch to monitor usage and performance. Set alarms for costs and resource usage. A good practice is to set a budget limit and receive alerts when you approach 80% of your budget. 5. Regularly review and optimize. Every month, review your AWS usage and costs. Use the AWS Cost Explorer to identify areas for improvement. 6. Engage with the community. Join AWS forums, Reddit groups, or local meetups. Learning from others' experiences can shorten your learning curve. 6. Common mistakes. 1. Ignoring costs. Mistake: many beginners overlook the cost implications of services. Fix: use the AWS pricing calculator before deploying services to estimate costs. 2. Over-provisioning resources. Mistake: choosing larger instances than needed. Fix: start with smaller instances and use auto-scaling to handle spikes. 3. Neglecting security. Mistake: not setting proper IAM roles and permissions. Fix: use the principle of least privilege. Regularly review IAM policies. 4. Failing to monitor. Mistake: not monitoring your usage leads to unexpected bills. Fix: set up CloudWatch alerts for cost thresholds and resource usage. 5. Skipping documentation. Mistake: ignoring AWS documentation leads to misunderstandings. Fix: make it a habit to consult AWS documentation for best practices and updates. 7. Quick checklist. Here's a quick checklist to keep handy as you learn AWS. Identify your core use case. Familiarize yourself with AWS Management Console. Create a small project. Set up AWS CloudWatch for monitoring. Regularly review and optimize your AWS usage. Engage with the AWS community for support and guidance. 8. Summary plus CTA and summary. AWS can be a fantastic tool for your projects, but it's critical to approach it with a plan. Focus on your core needs, monitor your usage, and avoid common pitfalls. If you found this video helpful, drop a comment below with your thoughts and subscribe for more practical AWS insights. Your cloud journey starts with the right knowledge. Don't miss out. Bonus practical tip: If you're unsure what to pick, start with the simplest option that ships today. Then measure for 7 days, latency, errors, deploy time, and cost. Only upgrade when metrics force the decision, not fear.